Hey guys, what's going on? Tim Avery here with Visual Testaments, and we're just doing our live coaching, me and my beautiful bride, which she'll be joining me here in just a moment. This weather has been fantastic. It has been nice and warm and hot, like super hot. And like today was, I think, over 100, and like I guess it got so hot, like the clouds freaked out, and it started raining real hard, and it got like lightning and thunder for like a good 30 minutes, and then it stopped freaking out. So I don't know if the weather had a tantrum, so I don't know. But there she is.
I'm doing this because I have ribs.
Yeah, she had ribs. No, actually, we had chicken. I grilled some chicken today, and anyway, it was fantastic. Hers was dry. I had the juicy piece.
So where are we? Are we on? Mm-hmm. What are we on?
Visual Testaments.
Hi.
Facebook Live.
Hi guys.
So we are so thankful for you guys.
We're gonna give you time to hop on though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So how many of you guys are excited that school's around the corner? Mm-hmm. I know for some of you students, like you're like, I need a couple more weeks. Some of you guys, I'm ready to go. I'm bored. I'm ready to get some education on, and I need to get in and step into the classroom and get my senior year knocked out. So I know there's some of you like that too. So, but
do you remember your senior year?
I do. My senior year, I think I started off with like.
Where's everybody? Where are you guys?
I don't know. I know not.
What were you saying?
I was saying like my first. Like the beginning of my senior year, I think I had like 6 classes. And then by like the second semester, I had like 3 because I didn't really need them. And I had senioritis, and I was just like starting school at like 10 a.m., home by like 1, because my class, I didn't have any classes. I was just ready to be done. So I don't know, that might be for you guys if you're your senior year and you're like ready to get through your senior year and you only got a couple classes, holla. But if not, then that's good too. So anyway.
Yeah, so sorry guys.
She grabbed her computer. So anyway, so we just wanted to hop on here and just chat with you guys.
So I wanted to share what we were talking about on, actually it's coming out on the radio broadcast. Mm-hmm. You want to talk about that?
Well, I can't remember our last recording. What did we talk about?
Well, the last one was about honor is the currency of the kingdom.
Oh, yes. Honor is the currency of the kingdom. Absolutely. We have to honor and respect our people up and down, older and younger, because, the elder, they hold the wisdom, and they've been places, and they've seen things, they've seen changes, and they've been through some things, so, and we need to learn and honor from them.
Christy.
And so the other things is that, the young, they have the power, they have the tuition, so we need to honor, not tuition, but they have the power, the strength, and longevity to continue to go, the youthfulness to go. So together, honor back and forth needs to happen. You can't just forsake one because you think that this is the season for this, or forsake the other because, we want to keep moving on as, things are progressing. So you've got to have both, and so currency, if we look at that, honor, when you honor each other, the elder to the younger to the elder, then the kingdom flows more effectively because you can learn from your elders, because like I said, they've been through seasons of life that we can learn from, that we don't have to repeat. I'm a firm believer of not repeating past events if we don't have to, learning from other people's experiences, whether they were good experiences or bad experiences. And when we learn from those, then we don't have to repeat the same things that our elders maybe have been through or have seen. So us as the younger, we need to learn from what has happened in the past, learn from our history. So wherever you are, there's always a history to wherever you step into. So if you're in the ministry or if you're in the workplace, whatever, just know you need to learn and learn from the wisdom, and then for the elder, you've got your youthful guys. and gals who have the longevity and spirit to just continue to grow and manifest and learn from them of some things that they are acquainted with, like social media, new technology, things like that. But, also just use your wisdom and insight. Nobody gets phased out here in this equation. Nobody gets phased out. It's learning and growing together. And when you create a culture of honoring the young and honoring the old, then you're able to flow through your ministry or your workplace, whatever, more effectively, because now you're working as a team collectively. So, you have a scripture for them or something?
I know you did. So, one of the things that you had shared about is obviously Ephesians 6:3. But I wanted to talk because honor is clearly something that those who know me know that honor is like a big one for me. Honor, whether it's your teachers, whether it's your nation, whether it's police officers, whether it's your boss, whether it's the president, whatever leader it is. And so you can honor them. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but you still do, honor. You don't even have to honor them, but I'm here to tell you that it's going to play out. It is a principle. It is a absolute character building principle. And so for those of you who like to receive honor, and if you're a parent, you almost expect it. If you're a grandparent, you see the difference between when kids are honorable and when they're disrespectful. And so that's one of the things that I'm so thankful that my papa raised me to be very honorable. My parents raised me to be very honorable. I knew that when I saw someone older, I was to show them respect. I was it mattered to my parents to teach me honor. It matters in the South greatly to teach people honor. I love that culture because it's something where we have been around the world, and you can see where there is lack of that teaching. And you can also see where there is lack of the word and standing on the name of Jesus. And so it's definitely something that's a kingdom culture, a kingdom currency, and it's free. I mean, it's like, hello. I mean, has anyone walked past you and you've had a bad day and they just smile at you? It's free. And it instantly gave you added value, and it instantly added value to you for free from them. And the same thing with honor. It's a choice. We can do it for free, and it's a currency in the heavenlies. It's something that spiritually and supernaturally can be as more powerful and impactful an exchange than the dollar. So trust me when I say that it's something that I know you had shared Ephesians about honoring your parents. So that what?
That you have long and prosperous life. That's the first commandment that actually has a promise attached to it, when we honor our parents. But I mean, just honoring in general is amazing, because like Donna's saying about currency, when you honor someone else, you're going to receive honor back. And that's just a two-way street. That it just happens naturally. So if you want to be honored and respected, then you need to show honor and respect to other people, regardless of titles. Regardless of who's standing in position of that title. Whether they're your parents, you don't like them, you still have to honor your parents. Whether you're the president of the United States, you still need to honor that. If you don't like that president, you still need to honor that president because the title he holds, he's our leader. Making decisions and choices and things like that, which you may not agree, but if you meet that president, you're not gonna spit in his face, because you're honoring the title of the president of the United States of America. So it's very important that you do that, regardless of who's standing in the gap. When I was in the military, we had to honor the president, whether we aligned with his ideals or not. We're still sworn to protect the president. So.
What would happen if you went into the military and you dishonored?
Yeah, I mean, you obviously...
That's a discharge.
What's the opposite of not getting any currency? You're getting things taken away from you. Think about it like that. If honor is currency and you're not giving any honor to anybody else, which means you're not getting anything back.
Hi, James.
The only thing that's going to happen is that you're not going to get honor, which means you have a negative, so negative that's going to happen to you, So to answer your question, what happens in the military, if you show dishonor to your superior leaders, there's repercussions to be had. You could lose rank. You can, you could be in a sense grounded. You could be locked up. It sounds crazy, but that's what it is. But if you dishonor somebody else, think about it. If you dishonor somebody else's property, whether you pee on it or pooping on it or spray painting or whatever, you're going to go to jail, okay? Because you're not honoring. I know that's kind of a crazy example. I just want to see if you're paying attention. But see, if you do that type of stuff, guess what's going to happen? You're not showing honor. You're going right to jail, friend. Okay. So think about it like that. Okay. So I just.
Hey, Clint.
I just thought that's an example that's kind of way out
there.
Comment
below, Chrissy, an example, or James, or Clint, or Hope of an example of honor to you. And for me, since school's starting back, obviously Sophia's 25. She ain't going to school anymore. We ain't got to worry about that. But
she ain't got lunch, but we got packed.
We ain't got lunch money for her to go.
And no report card, none of that stuff.
I'm just saying, so for you parents that have kids in school, how many is that? Show us a hand. Say do the little hand wave. Give us 5. Do something. But so for those parents that have kids going back to school, comment below. Because, honor is going to be something that is definitely appreciated for teachers. I remember that was one thing I was very proud of Sophia on her honor level with her teachers was so on point, and she still is. She's still amazing. But I'm saying, back when she was in school, that was a big one that it was natural for the culture that we were in, especially in Hawaii. That's such a culture of honor. Oh my word!
Some cultures are just like that.
That culture shows so much honor. They're big on obviously kingdom,
kingdom and family,
kings and queens. And so honor is huge there too. So I was so thankful that was something that Sophia learned as well, even being out of the South. And so it was very, very much impressed upon her by her teachers. She went, when she went to daycare, it was with Auntie Nani, and Auntie Nani taught them the foundational teachings of honor. So even when she was a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, she was learning honor, how to honor and respect your aunties, your uncles, as they call them. So you were all family, in other words, and that was a level of honor, whether you were friends or not. It would be Auntie Christy, it would be Auntie Hope, Uncle James. And so whether you are blood relatives or not in Hawaii, that's how they had their children referred to you, out of honor. So to them, it's all family. It takes a community to raise a child. And so that was another type of honor that we took in. And one of the things that I know is that when we moved to San Diego, Sophia had a difficult teacher. And when I say difficult, they're difficult, difficult. So this teacher, in her class, her religious beliefs were worn, and so for Sophia, she just loved honor that much more, and she was so excited to learn from her. And this person was a math teacher, and it was extremely hard on Sophia because she actually got, and I did too, she got the shock of her life when she would turn in her homework, and the math teacher obviously wanted them to do it on pencil, but she would turn in their homework, and they all had these cubbies, at this one cubby that they turned in their homework before they left the class, and someone was taking her homework and erasing Sophia's name and putting their own name on it. Well, because I am raised in the South, my daddy always taught me that I don't care whose fault it is, it's still not the teacher's fault. Like, you still respect your elders, and so finally I kept telling Sophia, like, are you sure they're doing this? Like, and she was like, yeah. She obviously didn't have the math paperwork to show me because they had to turn it in. And she's like, she's saying I'm not turning it in, and I'm turning it in, and I know my child. I know she was turning it in. So I was like, how is she? Maybe she's losing your homework. Maybe. So after a while, hey, Chris. So after a while, we were just, making it a point to kind of make note of the situation when we started to see that it wasn't getting any better. And Sophia was actually starting to get a bit defeated. So I took some time off of work. I went in and had a meeting with the principal and the teacher. And as it turns out, Sophia's paperwork, you could clearly see her name underneath it had been erased, but yet the imprint was there and someone else was putting their name on it. And so it wasn't like it was, well, maybe she didn't even notice it, but anyone could look at the paper and see that Sophia's name was imprinted on it. So long story short, this teacher just didn't want to do what was right. So Sophia had all these marks against her for not turning her paperwork in, which she was turning her paperwork in. And then,
So where's the example of honor? Just honoring the teacher, or honoring
the example comes when Mama Bear walked in. Because I still taught her. Sophia was obviously not in the room at the time, but I definitely showed her the teacher honor even then. And but I let her know that that's not going to happen anymore. And the principal then obviously straightened everything out as far as the grades go, and was like a little shocked to see how much how obvious it was that things were not corrected before it came to him. And so I'm wanting you to see that honor can look like it. I still could have completely went off on her. And when I say Mama Bear walked in, I'm saying Mama Bear walked in, but I still have to honor. I still walk in with honor, and you're gonna get more bees with honey. So honor looks like making sure that you're being a good example for your children. I mean, if I go in there and I go off on the teacher, then what was the point with teaching Sophia not to go off all these times? Because she was frustrated, and I don't blame her. By like the third or fourth time, it was like, okay. But by the fifth time, I walked in there and was like, what in the world's going on? Because her grade better not come back any different than the excellence that she's put into this. And so
it's important to just model that honor, especially from our kids' perspective. So not only are we honoring, but we're modeling that. Even though we may feel like we're being treated in a wrong way, we're still up to honoring. So
well, Sophia wasn't in the room.
Yeah, but for you,
Right, but it's still important that she's going to hear. I'm going to have to tell her the story back, and it doesn't need to be, or she's going to hear it, or after I'm gone, how the teacher treats her could be indicative as well. And so that teacher will never forget that. Clearly, we knew that something was wrong, but yet she was still shown honor. And the goal here really wasn't about a math problem, was it? It was about it was spiritual warfare. It was about winning someone's soul for the kingdom. And my daughter knew that, and I knew that. And largely, it was about making sure that relationship bridge was kept. Because if I see her in the future, if I had went off on her, the last thing she's going to want to do is be around. So I hope that makes sense, because I feel like as we go into the school year, for so many parents, there's going to be situations that are testing for you, testing for your kids, and rightfully so. But how you model honor, especially in the tough times, that's when it speaks the loudest. Not just for our president, not just for our police officers, not just for our teachers, but how you honor your spouse in front of your kids, how you honor your relationships to your parents. If you're a caregiver and it's frustrating, I know it can be, but how you honor those relationships, even in the especially in the tough times, wouldn't you say that's when it really shines through?
Yeah, it really is. That's when it's really put to the test. When you have to honor when it's not the easiest. So absolutely, but that's when your character really starts to develop and really shine through of who you are. So be amazing, be awesome, and it's not always easy. So.
Yeah, and so I even know that, like, for me and you, we actually were not even, you got out of the military for an 8-year span, and so we understand honor in the culture of chain of command. We understand honor when it's by, as John Maxwell says, levels of positional authority.
Yep.
So, but you honor because it's the right thing to do. It says more about you than them.
There's a lot more scripture about honor, about who you should honor, how you should honor, and obviously how you model honor. So we encourage you with that about honor. Check out the currency of honor in the kingdom. Honor is a currency in the kingdom in our radio broadcast on visualtestaments.com. Check it out, listen, because we go in more in depth about talking about that topic. So we love honor, and
there's a good book about honor too. And that's called The Culture of Honor by Danny Silk.
Really good. He's done a great job with revealing of how you should honor in every situation. So incredible book. So we encourage you with that is just to, show honor. Even they always, the adage goes, give honor when honor is due. But I would even say, honor people, even the title, the position, whoever you're working for, working with,
Give
or
honor where honors due.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
Yeah, but it's also, past that is honoring because it's who you are and it's what you do is regardless of how people are treating you, you're still going to honor and respect people regardless. So. Oh,
and in 1 Timothy 5:3, I'm going to read the Passion Translation. It says the church needs to honor and support the widows, especially those who are in dire need.
There's several scriptures about honor, who we should honor, but absolutely, especially a widow in dire need.
I like this one, Song of Solomon 5:1. I have gathered from your heart my equal, my bride. I have gathered from my garden all my sacred spices, even my myrrh. I have tasted and enjoyed my wine within you. I have tasted with pleasure my pure milk. Whoa, hold on now.
Right now.
My honeycomb, which you yield to me. I delight in gathering. Hold on.
Definitely honoring your wife. So.
Yes, I delight in gathering.
I'm just saying.
In sacred spice, all the fruits of my life, I have gathered from within you my paradise. Okay. But it talks about honor in here. It does. It says, so let's get to where it says honor.
So if you want to honor your spouse over dinner, read them that scripture.
Read Song of Solomon. Hey.
You might have a good evening.
You'll have a great evening. So if Ephesians 6:2 is for the commandment, honor your father and mother, was the first of the 10 commandments with a promise attached. Where's my kids at?
Honor your parents. If you want to live a long and prosperous life, honor your parents. And that just doesn't just mean that when you're under their roof, that means like forever. Honor them. I love my parents, that Donna's parents, and I love them, and I try to support and
your parents
and challenge them, support them and be of service as best as I can anytime I have some available time. I do that, because some things are getting difficult for them, and I want to be there to support them.
Song of Solomon just got real.
Yeah. So.
Oh, wait. Oh, and so John 8:49, the Passion Translation, Jesus replied, "It is not a demon that would cause me to honor my Father. I live my life for his honor, even though you insult me for it." Isn't that awesome? I live my life for his honor, even though you insult me for it. John 8:49.
There's a lot of good scriptures about honor. If you just go to your Bible app and just type in honor, you'll see how serious God was talking about how honor just needs to be done through the scriptures. I mean, in and
Hey,
of it.
Judy.
So, anyway.
Say
Thought you-
hi to
Hey,
everybody.
Judy, Christopher, Hope, Clint, James Gillespie, Christy Carroll. So, anyway, so that will conclude our live for today. And we're so thankful that you guys joined us and watched us. Check us out every Tuesday night at this
Hey,
time.
Aaron.
And we will see you soon.
Bye,
Love you
guys.
guys.